I introduced in Plikli CMS uh, many features. I'm going to talk in this specific video about two of them because they need more elaboration. But before I dive in, let me show you one thing. Now I'm on the submit page, and you notice that this has appeared while in Plig and Clicky it wasn't appearing. Why is that? It's because in the dashboard settings under submit, when you want to allow users to use editorial without providing a URL, you set the require a URL when submitting to false. The default is true, meaning you cannot bypass the first page of submitting without providing a URL. When you submit it without a URL, it will be no URL text editorial. That's the label instead of the link underneath the title of the origin of the article that you are submitting. It will appear as editorial. There was a bug, I fixed it, and this bug was reported on Clicky forum. So now you can see it. You can bypass it by continuing. Notice here the two features I'm talking about, the draft articles and scheduled articles. And they are also the settings, their settings is in the settings, submit, and allow draft articles and scheduled articles. The first one doesn't require a module. It's a feature that only can be set by allowing it or disallowing it, true or false. The default is false because it's up to the admin to decide how to use them. So I set them to true just for the sake of the demonstration. Note that the second one, the scheduled articles, it's a feature that requires a module. So when you set it to true in here, you have to go to the uninstalled module and install it. So let's now proceed with the demonstration. We'll start with I prepared the article here. That's for the draft. And by the way, you can choose one of the two, not both of them. So either one of them, not both of them. So it's ready. I'm gonna refresh this just in case. And save and submit. Now notice that it took me to the profile, my profile, and I created two new tabs that, by the way, they are private. No one can see them but you, the user, because you don't want any visitor or user to see what you have prepared as draft or scheduled articles, and they are accessible also from here. I added them, draft and schedule. So this is where it appears. Now let's proceed to the second one, which is the schedule. So it's ready, and now you have to set a date. When do you want this article to be posted? So that's why it's called schedule. You click in here and then you get the calendar. You choose. You cannot choose the current date. Now you see we are on the 10th of February, so you cannot choose this date. It will give you a message that you cannot selected, or a prior date, the same. It must be a day after the current day at least and on. So any day after the current day you can choose it. So I'm going to select for tomorrow and then save. Wrong step, okay. So it saved it, and notice it took me to the schedule tab in my profile. So now I have two. The first one I created previously so that I demonstrate how the module that comes with this feature works. What happens is you submit a scheduled post and you want it to be posted at a certain date. So now at this particular date, the module checks once a day. Anytime anyone goes to the home page, it will check for scheduled dates, posts for this particular day. And if it finds articles, it posts them. And if it doesn't find the same way in both cases, it registers in the miscellaneous data the date that this module ran. So it doesn't run again the same day. It will run the next day. So this is how they work. Now let me also show you here the so assuming that it ran yesterday and today it didn't run yet because this is the entry that the date that inserts in the miscellaneous data table to tell the module don't run again. So now if I go to the home page, notice I still have it here in the schedule. So this one should be posted today, and this one will remain in the schedule because it is scheduled for tomorrow. Let's see it in practice. So if we go back to new, because it depends, you see it running here, and if we refresh the scheduled tab, there's this one that we just posted now. So why, you might ask, the new page, not the home page? Because it all depends on the settings in the voting. How many votes to publish? The default is 5, I left it as 5. If I put it as 1, and when you submit, any user submitting an article will acquire 1 vote by default. So if it was 1, for instance, it would have been posted in the home page, in the published section. Now, there is also another neat feature about this, which is, let's say this is the draft. How can you post a draft? So it's easy. You go to your draft tab in your profile, and then you select the draft article you want, and then you click edit. Notice here, it automatically detects the status of the article, so it's draft. It asks you, do you want to keep it as draft? Do you want to post it, or you want to delete it? And by the way, deleting an article was not a feature that was provided, or an option that was provided in Plikli or Plig. So I added it because it's annoying not that the user is not able to delete a post. So now they can delete it. So if I say post, keep it as is, it will remain in the draft. post it. I'm going to post it to show you. So it takes you to the new because it didn't acquire the required votes, and you see it's posted. The same thing for the schedule, the same concept. To edit it, and then as you see the status is detected automatically, it will ask you keep it as scheduled, post it, or delete it. The same thing. This is when you want to post it manually. If you, let's say you have a post that is scheduled for like 5 days from today, but suddenly you decide that you want to post it today. So you go and post it manually, and you don't wait until the scheduled date for the module to run and post it. So that's it about the two new features introduced in Plikli CMS, the draft and the scheduled article.